Good morning, Florida lacrosse fans. Thursday morning. That means that we are going to have the first round of the girls' bracket today. We've gone over the previews in the previous 2 days. Hopefully, you enjoyed that. Now, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button so that you can get notified whenever videos go up. Lee Roggenberg, Florida Lacrosse News. Plenty of good girls games to get out to if you want to do so today. Before we get into the boys 2A preview, let's clean up a couple of things. First of all, yesterday, for the Newsom girls, we have a small correction. Gina Hobson is now the head coach, not Jamie Watson. Gina replaced Jamie during the season. Sorry for that mistake. Okay. Also have a new commit. The article will be up later today. Cardinal Mooney 2021, Chloe Weber, is committing to St. Bonaventure, upstate New York. Chloe, if you're listening, a couple of words of advice from someone who survived 4 years of upstate New York in college. If you haven't already done so, look into Land's End's waterproof boots that are kind of probably about 6 to 8 inches, that it goes up the leg. It's also got some fleece inside. It is well worth the investment. I experienced a 200-inch snow season 1 year up there. And the key thing is feet, head, hands. Keep those three things warm. You'll be okay. Otherwise, you're going to struggle a little bit. Okay, the North All-Americans and the boys and girls are both out, as are the awards. Congratulations to all the winners. We'll have an article covering all of them at some point, probably next week. This is a lesson to the other chapters. If one of them can get out everything by now, all of you can too. It just takes sort of a little bit more will, a little bit more organization. But it's the longer you wait, the harder it gets. So go ahead and learn a little bit from that too. Okay. So I want to thank the viewership yesterday. The morning coffee yesterday with the second leg of the girls' brackets was watched a lot more. And a lot of you went back and also watched the previous day to get a feel for it. Glad that you could do so. And keep up viewing, because the more views, the more able I am to create more content. It's just a virtuous circle at that point. Okay, here we go, boys 2A preview. First game up north, Fleming Island is hosting Forest High School. Fleming, it comes into the game with a 10-4 record for head coach John Hawley. And Kyle Strausser is the head coach for the 13-4 Forest High team. They did not play during the season. When you look at the Max Preps rankings, you got Fleming at number 12 in 2A, Forest at number 14. And when you look at the schedules, they say that Fleming's played a tougher schedule overall than Forest did. Now for Fleming, their losses were all the first 4 games of the year. Very strong teams: Ponte Vedra, Creekside, Nice, and Bowles. Bowles by 1 goal. And then they've reeled off 10 straight wins to finish the season. On the Forest side, their losses were to Oak Hall, Bartram, Creekside, and Episcopal. Very similar profiles when it comes to that. Although when you look at the districts, Fleming Island's district is a little bit harder than Forest's is. But on top, to be put on top of that, Forest's travel needs to play that district obviously play a factor into this, and adds a little bit of complexity. But thankfully, it's not going to be a major travel issue for this game. When you look at Fleming Island's statistics, sophomore Will Krupski led the team 40 goals, 22 assists, 29 ground balls. Senior Hayden Spiller, 35 goals, 30 ground balls. We've got senior Schaefer Clark, 24 goals, 13 assists. Junior Zach Lestrange, 20 goals, 17 assists. Senior Sean Hawley, 20 goals, 10 assists. Junior Alex Bergen with 18 goals. Senior Lucas Schreiber, 14 goals, and assuming this is accurate, 89 ground balls. That's effective. Coach Hawley says that the three Fogos basically share the face-off circle, and they go about 52% for the year. Sophomore Paul Walters is in the goal, 52% save percentage. Coach Hawley wanted to mention his defense. Seniors Brandon Hines, Jack Halstead, and Junior Parker Flagg, the starters on the defensive side. Now for Forest, they were led by senior Drew Flagg, 96 goals, 39 assists, 54 ground balls. We have Braden Forrest, 44 goals, 17 assists. Sam Martin, sophomore, 41 goals, 32 assists. Junior Lucas Garcia with 62 ground balls. Junior Daniel Sneller, 61% at the faceoff circle. Junior Alex Shenovar, who also takes a good chunk of them, 54%. And in goal, you have senior Samuel McCammon with a 55% save percentage. On paper, looks like it's going to be a close game. Fleming does have the home field advantage. They do have a little bit better comparative scores than Forest does, and they do have a little bit tougher schedule according to the math on Max Preps. So we'll make Fleming Island the slight favorite in a close game, but wouldn't be surprised obviously if Forest wins. But let's go Fleming Island with a close win. D3, D4. Oh boy, this is a Final Four matchup in a lot of years with these types of profiles. And the meeting in the first round, I'm driving up for it tomorrow. Lake Mary hosting Creekside. Lake Mary 16-1 on the season for head coach Garrick Robinson. Creekside 12-4 for head coach Jason Alford, who was just named the U.S. North Chapter Coach of the Year. Congrats. They did play on February 26th. Lake Highland with the 11-10 win at home. That's, February 26th is a long time ago. Probably a little bit less impact than what you would see if this was like a late March game. On Max Preps, Lake Mary is ranked number 3 in 2A, 10.4 schedule, strength of schedule. Creekside is number 7, which is probably a little low. But they had, according to Max Preps, the toughest schedule in the state, either 1A or 2A. So that obviously prepares you to also. Lake Mary's only loss was 6-5 in double overtime to Oviedo. They're besides the Creekside win, quality win over Windermere, Vero. And when you look at the losses on the Creekside side, Lake Mary, Oak Hall by 2 goals, Ponte Vedra by 1, McClay by 1. They obviously defeated Ponte Vedra in the district championship. We have quality wins over Ponte Vedra, Lake Highland, St. Ed's, Bowles, Nice, and they defeated Fleming and Forest also. So obviously going to be a very close game on this. On common opponents, Lake Mary with a 4-goal win over St. Ed's on March 17th. Creekside 14-13 win on April 10th over St. Ed's. They both played Nice. Lake Mary beat them comfortably back in mid-March. Creekside has 2 wins over Nice, with the second one a 1-goal win in the district playoff. So a little bit of advantage to Lake Mary on that one. So for Lake Mary, Leading scorers, Josh Donovan, Jr., 45 goals, 18 assists. You got Nate Gray, 31 goals, 16 assists, senior. Sophomore Kobe White, 24 goals, 18 assists. Junior Griffin Curry, 24 goals, 10 assists. Freshman Caden Harshbarger, 21 goals, 19 assists. Senior Brandon Perkins, 23 goals. Freshman Aaron Tichinoff, 20 goals. Senior Hudson Cato, 70% at the faceoff circle and 95 ground balls. Junior Owen Robinson, senior Blake Liengruber share the cage, and they have approximately a 56% save percentage between them. Creekside, we've got only stats on 5 games. They were the 2 Ponte Vedras, Oak Hall, Lake Mary, and St. Ed's. Senior Jordan Pollock, 8 goals and assists in the 5. Junior Zach Bender, 7-2. Senior Buck Bennett, 7-2. Junior Manuel Wilhelm, just named All-American, 17 goals, 5 assists in those 5 games. Junior Dylan Ruprecht is about 53% total on the faceoffs. And Josh Griffin in goal, 56% save percentage. Josh, after watching you, I have to say I really enjoyed watching how you play the position. Fearless, just keep it up. Really enjoyed it. Right now, this is a toss-up. I don't know how anyone could comfortably predict the winner of this game. Usually you would say home field's a little bit of an advantage, but since Creekside played there already once this year, it's a little bit, it mitigates that quite a bit. I'm just looking forward to a fantastic game. I wish I could predict one, but anyone who thinks they know how this is going to play out is kidding themselves. Okay, D5, D6. Winter Park is hosting Boone. Ryan Healy, head coach for Winter Park, 16-0 in the season. The quality wins, Bishop Moore, Montverde, Windermere, Lake Highland Prep, Lake Brantley, and Oviedo. Boone, 11-3 under head coach Andrew Hockheimer. The 3 losses were to Lake Brantley, Timber Creek, and Lake Highland. Their quality win was 6-4 over Windermere. I don't have a lot for Boone, but they did play on April 9th. Winter Park did beat them 15-2. And Max Preps, Winter Park is number 5 in 2A. And their strength of schedule is in the middle of the pack. Boone is at number 19, and that was after playing a weak schedule. Common opponents, Lake Brantley, Winter Park beat them 9-5. Boone lost 15-9. Windermere both had the close wins. Timber Creek, Boone lost. Winter Park won 2 games easy. Winter Park's leading scorers, senior Garrett Moore, 38 goals, 21 assists. Senior Davis Campbell, 35 goals. Sophomore Bronson Dowdle, 37 goals. Ryan Roberts, 29 goals, 30 assists. Senior Will Halligan, 23 goals. Carter Truesdale, 23 goals. Lawton Dowdell Jr., 58% at the faceoff. Sophomore Paul Pilgrim, 66% save percentage. And senior Jack Martinez, 62 ground balls. On Boone's side, the leading scorers are seniors Campbell Griffin, and Brett Sweeney. Senior Grayson Crawford with 62% save percentage. Frankly, I just can't see any other way than Winter Park winning this game, winning it comfortably. Will it be the same 15-2? Probably not. But that's still an awful lot to make up in a turnaround. D7, D8, very intriguing game. Vero Beach hosting Windermere. Right off the bat, I can tell you that those who have not attended a home game for Vero, it can get a little intimidating. In the past, it has been. It's certainly a difficult place to play if you're the road team. Vero's 7-6 this year under head coach Doug Eisinger. Don't be fooled by that record when you hear the schedule. And Windermere 14-3 under head coach Darren Fixler. They didn't play during the regular season. When you look at the max preps, Windermere is ranked number 13 with a relatively weak schedule. Vero is ranked number 2, having played a relatively tough schedule. Windermere's losses were to Boone, 6-4, Winter Park, 10-7, which was probably their best performance, and Lake Mary, 14-3. Very tough team to judge, based on those kind of scores. I only saw maybe a quarter of their game against Winter Park on the stream, so I don't have a great feel. I did see Vero Beach in person when they came down to play St. Andrews. They started their season 5-0, then 6 losses in a row to St. Andrews, St. John Paul, Kings Academy by 1 goal, Vieira 16-6, Pinecrest, and St. Edwards. That is a tough schedule to run through in the middle of the year. And then they came back and avenged their loss to Vieira in the final of the district to move on. Windermere's top scorers: junior Cade Fixler, 35 goals, 65 assists. Junior Ryan Leinhoff, 36 goals, 14 assists. Senior Tommy Casademont, 37 goals, 13 assists. Chipper Meehan, 25 goals. Junior Brooks Andrus takes the faceoffs. Senior Mac Crenshaw of a 52% save percentage. On Vero's side, junior Landon Farrow, 35 goals, 11 assists. Freshman Tanner Lenhart, 33 goals. Got Elliot Stevens, sophomore, 20 goals, 20 assists. And I particularly want to mention their long pole, Ezekiel Siant. I was very impressed with how he played against St. Andrews. He's definitely a difference maker. As the LSM, 11 goals, 5 assists, 58 ground balls. And I can tell you that he didn't back down from any of St. Andrews' top defensive players. And that's a great credit to him. Senior William Pfeiffer, 61% at the faceoff. Drew Kane, 62% of the saves as a senior. If there's one upset in this first round that I feel can very much happen, I think it's this one. I think Vero, having played that type of schedule in the middle of the season, really got prepared and basically ended the year by winning their last games. So we'll see how it plays out, but I'm going to go and predict the upset in this one with Vero Beach moving on. 9-10, Plant hosting Steinbrenner. Head coach Tad Francis leads Plant 19-1 record. Their only loss was 9-7 at Ponte Vedra. Steinbrenner 13-3 for head coach Jeremy Kubrick. Their losses were to Plant, Mitchell, and Newsom. They eventually lost to Mitchell in the district final. They played I believe it was the first game of the year, and Plant just laid it on them pretty good to the point where the odds of that being reversed are minimal. Max Preps is Plant at number 6, which I think is also a little low. Steinbrenner at number 11, Plant's schedule being considered tougher. Quality wins for Plant: Cardinal Mooney, Newsom twice, Jesuit, Riverview, and Berkeley Prep. For Plant, leading point producers: sophomore Turner Ashby, 80 goals, 52 assists. Senior Hyatt Kreiser, 47 goals, 22 assists. Junior Anthony Longo, 38 goals, 20 assists. Junior Hayden Stoltzfus, 35 goals, 31 assists. You have on the defense, you have 2 long poles, terrific long poles, senior Zach Antonio and junior Riker Demarest, who combined, I believe, for 21 goals between them. You got sophomore Rogan Kane, 74% on the faceoffs. Senior White Canoes, the Cornell commit, 70% of the save percentage. On Steinbrenner's side, you've got senior Matthew Wyatt, 69 goals, 32 assists. Senior Jacob Malahan, 44 goals, 29 assists. Freshman Andrew Diaz, 36 goals. Junior Jacob Falk, 22 goals, 13 assists. Freshman Shale Sager, 160 ground balls, 67% faceoff. Junior Zach Stowe and sophomore Sam Johnson share the goal. They've got a 45% save percentage combined. There's just no other way to predict that Plant will win this game easily and move on. In the 11-12 matchup, Riverview was hosting Newsom. They did not play this year. Riverview 14-3 under head coach Pete DeLisser, and Newsom 15-2 under head coach Eric Blackburn. Riverview's losses were to Canterbury, Cardinal Mooney, and Plant. Quality wins over Jesuit and Berkeley Prep, Gulf Coast. Newsom, their two losses were both to Plant, both close games, played them well, and a quality win at Berkeley Prep. They're averaging 20 goals a game, high-scoring team. For Newsom, before we get to that, Max Preps, Newsom, number 9, Riverview, number 10, and they consider Riverview's overall schedule tougher. The common games between them are relatively close on the scoreboards. Okay, Newsom's leading scorers, junior Luke Haley, 67 goals, 55 assists, and 70 ground balls. Senior Paul Johnson, 60 goals, 17 assists. Junior Sean Blackburn, 45 goals, 57 assists. Junior Ashton Kitchener, 45 goals. Senior Caden Kohlmeyer, 31 goals, 26 assists. Kohlmeyer, Junior Nick Rhodes, and Junior Alex Spitzer handle the face-off duties. They combined for a 73% win percentage. And Senior Logan Sin is at 52% save percentage in the goal. On Riverview's side, I did get to see them play against Cardinal Mooney. Senior Blake Quigley, 32 goals, 43 assists. We had junior Kenneth Kaiser, 35 goals. Senior Will Evans, 31 goals. Freshman J.C. Fleming, 23 goals. Senior Sam Lerman, 18 goals. And you had senior Todd Horiuchi, who pretty much did everything. Faced off, long stick midi, 10 goals, 9 assists. Saw him on man up at times. Unfortunately, I don't have the stats on the face-offs. Senior Chris Johnson in goal for Riverview. And I was very impressed with his outlet passing when I saw him. These are two very experienced teams. I expect a close game. I do think Newsom, given how they handled and played against Plant, I think will move on in a close score with the road win to face Plant for the third time. Okay, 13-14, Stoneman Douglas hosts Jupiter. Stoneman 8-5 under head coach Nathan Snitz. Jupiter 14-1 under head coach Nick O'Hara. They didn't play this year. On Max Preps, Jupiter is ranked number 4, playing a tough schedule. Stoneman was number 24 with a middle-of-the-pack schedule. Stoneman's losses were to St. Andrews, St. Thomas, Bullen Jesuit, Boca Raton, and Pinecrest. And their best win was in the district final against Boca. Jupiter's only loss was to St. Thomas by a goal. Quality wins over St. John Paul, Benjamin twice, Oxbridge. And unfortunately for them, the St. Andrews and the second St. Thomas in the home and home were both canceled due to COVID issues. For Stoneman, freshman Darren Edenbaum leads with 33 goals. Sophomore Ty Stevens, 23 goals, 16 assists. Junior Jordan Sullivan, 18 goals, 7 assists. Freshman Preston Harina, 16 goals, 15 assists. Senior Brandon Marsh, 47% on the saves. For Jupiter, senior Max Sanderson, 61 goals, 19 assists. Junior Jackson Bayshaw, 41 goals, 19 assists. Junior Trace Hogan, 37 goals, 25 assists. Senior Tyler Douglas, 29 goals, 18 assists. Seniors Michael Smith and junior Alex Mitchell at the faceoff circle. I know Michael tends to take most of them. 75% faceoff between the two of them on the year, major strength. Senior Aiden Vincent, 61% save percentage in the goal. Seniors Reef Kabelin and Jake Pelchin lead the defense. Again, this is going to be a comfortable Jupiter win. There's just a big difference between the two teams. And finally, we have Columbus hosting St. Thomas. This is the first time that St. Thomas has visited Columbus since the 2013 to district upset. I mentioned that solely for historical purposes. Obviously, nothing that happened in 2013 makes a difference today. Columbus 9-7 under head coach Cody Morrissey. St. Thomas 10-2 under head coach Terry Crowley. They did play back on March 22nd, the 16-5 win by St. Thomas. Columbus's losses are to Gulliver, Western, the Texas School, Berlin, St. Thomas, Westminster, American Heritage Plantation. The quality wins were over Miami Palmetto and Western, as well as, that's it. And St. Thomas's quality wins, Community School, Jupiter, Lake Island Prep. Their two losses were to St. Andrews by a goal and Benjamin by 2. St. Thomas is ranked number 2 in max preps. Columbus is ranked number 21. I don't have, unfortunately, the individual statistics for Columbus. St. Thomas played a very difficult schedule. Columbus played a pretty decent schedule, too. St. Thomas is led by one of the ultimate weapons in the state, face-off specialist Jared Chenoy. I don't have his face-off statistics, but I can comfortably say that he's got to be easily above 80%. He's got 22 goals and 9 assists on top of that. I don't have the ground ball number, but having watched him, I can tell you the huge majority are wins he wins cleanly. So his ground ball number's got to be enormous too. Then you have junior Michael Milanis, 22 goals. Junior Alec Marinelli, 18 goals. Junior Trace McDonald, 15 goals, 17 assists. Senior Harrison Gottlieb with 15 goals. And junior Nico Cash also 15 goals. And there's 4 others who have double digits in goals. It's a team that plays pretty well together on offense. It's not a 1 or 2 star laden team like we've seen in other St. Thomas teams in the past. This team has a little bit more balance on it. Junior Wade Lamon, 57% save percentage. And outside of St. Andrews, they probably have the deepest defense in the state. Plants obviously got a claim on that too. Matt Tripkala, Sam Whitaker, Vincent Lane, etc. Very strong defense. They held St. Andrews to 5 goals. So can't sleep on that either. I don't see a repeat of 2013. St. Thomas should win this game comfortably, go on to meet Jupiter in what will be a terrific regional final. So basically, to recap, we've got Fleming as the slight favorite over Forest. We have a toss-up between Lake Mary and Creekside. Winter Park should handle Boone comfortably. Plant will handle Steinbrenner comfortably. We'll have Vero Beach with an upset over Windermere. We're going to have Newsom with a slight win over Riverview. And Jupiter with the easy win over Stoneman. And same thing with St. Thomas over Columbus. So that's your 2A Boys District preview. We hope you enjoy it. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button if you liked what you saw, and try to get out to a girls' game today. We'll see you tomorrow with the boys 1A recap. This is Lee Roggenberg, Florida Lacrosse News, saying have a great day and so long from the Sunshine State.